During the last lecture, we have seen some problems on permutations and permutation groups. In that lecture, we have already understood the definition of permutations, and how the combination of permutations or the set of permutations will make a group. In this problem, we will understand something on cyclic permutation. First, we will understand what is a cyclic permutation. Look at this example very carefully. This is an example of cyclic permutation. Look at the pattern in this example. Here A1 is associated with A2. Again, this A2 is associated with A3. This A3 is associated with A4, and A4 is associated with A5, and so on. And the last element An, let us, the group has n elements, then An is again associated with A1. So you can see a cycle between, let us, this is A1, this is A2, this is A3, and so on, and this is your An. So in this problem we are seeing that A1 is associated with A2, A2 is associated with A3, A3 is associated with A4, and An minus 1 is associated with An, and the last element is associated with first two. So the relation of these elements is completing a cycle. So such type of permutations are known as cyclic permutations. The cyclic permutation can be written in this style, or you can write this in this style. You can simply write single column, single row. Sorry, you can write the single row, and the single row will also represent to a cyclic permutation. One student has asked how to denote a permutation. Can we use upper bracket? If you are using upper bracket, then you will mention it that you are using square bracket for denoting a permutation, else that will be considered as a matrix. The standard notation to write a permutation is to using middle bracket. So I advise you to use middle bracket. If you want to use any other type of bracket, then you have to mention in your program that such that you are using this style to represent a permutation. Now the next type of permutation is transposition. In this case, you can say that the length of this permutation, this is first joint, this is second joint, this is third joint. So the total number of joints are n. So the length of this permutation is n. If the length of the permutation is 2, then it is known as transposition. For the example, a cyclic permutation of length 2 is called transposition. For example, you are looking here 1 2. 1 2 means 1 is attached with 2, while this 2 is attached with 1. So this type of permutations are known as cyclic permutations. Now the next definition is disjoint permutation. If two permutations have no common elements, then they are known as disjoint permutations. To make a better understanding about disjoint permutation, let us look at this example. Here we are discussing about three elements A1, A2, A1, A3. It means our set A has three elements. First is A1, A2, and A3. Now we want to write the permutation. Permutations means all possible combination. One student has asked in last lecture that how to we check that our permutation is correct or not. You can't check this is correct or not. You will write all the possible permutations. You will write all possibilities. So there is no question of this is correct or not. So in case of disjoint permutation, here we are writing A1, A2. A1, A2 means A1 is associated with A2 and A2 is associated with A1, because this part is representing to a cyclic permutation, this part. But in our set we have three elements. We have already one more elements A3. So this A3 will create a self association. It means it will be associated with itself. So here we are looking that there is a combination of these two elements, while this element is not attached to or have any relation with these two. So this type of permutation is called disjoint permutation. It means this is a partition. It means these elements making a different group while these elements making a different group. So this is known as a disjoint permutation. In this case, we have to find the product of these permutations, and we will show that if two permutations are disjoint, then their product will also be a disjoint. Here we can check it. Oh, I'm sorry. In this problem, we will check only the product of these two permutations. So this is our first permutation. This is our second permutation. In second case, we are writing here A1, A3. It means A1 is associated with A3 and A3 is associated with A1. So because we are not discussing about A2 in this case, so A2 will have self-association. It means A2 will be associated with itself. Now this step is not required here. How to multiply? A1 is associated with A2, and in this case A2 is associated with A2, therefore A1 will be associated with A2. In second case, A2 is associated with A1 and A1 is associated with A3, so the A2 will be associated with A3. It is correct. A3 is associated with A3 and A3 is associated with A1, so the A3 will be associated with A1. So this is our result. So how to write? A1 is associated with A2, A2 is associated with A3 and A3 is associated with A1. So it is also a cyclic permutation. So this is our final answer. This is one more example. In this example, you will prove that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, it means it is a cyclic permutation and it is also cyclic permutation. Please note that if you are watching, if you want to find the product of two permutations, two cyclic permutations, it means these permutations are taking from a particular set of elements, and that set of elements have 5 elements: 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So for the first case, you will write all the possible combinations. 1, 2, 3 means 1 is associated with 2, 2 is associated with 3 and 3 is associated with 1. So this part is clear, but there is no discussion about 4 and 5. So 4 will have self-association and 5 will have self-association. While for second part, while you are writing second part here, you are writing 4 and 5. It means 4 is associated with 5 and this 5 is associated with 4. Because here we are not discussing about 1, 2, 3. So you will write the self-association of 1, 2, 3. Now we will multiply. 1 is associated with 2 and in this case 2 is associated with 2. So 1 is associated with 2. 2 is associated with 3 and here 3 is associated with 3. So 2 will be associated with 3. 3 is associated with 1 and 1 is associated with 1. Finally 3 will be associated with 1. Similarly 4 is associated with 4 and here 4 is associated with 5. So 4 will be associated with 5. And similarly we can write for fifth. So this is the product too. Now again you will verify this right hand side by using similar pattern. But this is the similar calculation for product of permutation, cyclic permutation 4, 5 with cyclic permutation 1, 2, 3, and we get the same result in both cases. This is a theorem, but today I will not explain the proof of this theorem. I will explain the proof of this theorem in our next lecture. But student will study and try to understand what is asking in this theorem. So, but I am discussing it on Monday. During the last lecture, I have proved composition table of a few elements F1, F2 and F3. F1, F2 and F3, I hope it contains F5 up to 5 elements, and I have written the composition table, and I have proved that the set of these permutations is a group. But in the last, I have written that these permutations or the set of these permutations will also follow commutativity, and this is an abelian group. But few students have asked the question that this composition table is not satisfying commutative axiom. So today I will check that this table is exactly following commutativity or not, and I will write you this on your WhatsApp group, or I will explain it in our next lecture. So please put on hold that the set of these permutations is following commutativity or not. Please leave it for my testing. I will test that these are following or not, and I will explain also in our next lecture.